Okay, so I just wanted to do something to talk about handwriting in my drawing practice and how it relates to this giant book, which is part of the Connecting Narratives project. So Connecting Narratives was a Leverhulme funded artist residency that saw me in the Brain Tumour Research Lab at the University of Portsmouth, and the purpose was to investigate the stories of scientists who research brain tumours and connect them to the stories of patients and their friends and family members who had been affected by the disease. And brain tumours are a uniquely challenging form of cancer. They're the biggest cancer killer of adults under 40 and children in the UK, but they really receive a really small proportion of total cancer research spend, and they're very underfunded and understudied, but they're also really difficult to treat. So we wanted to try and do something to raise awareness of this and kind of tackle those unique challenges in art and help people understand the personal and scientific challenges. And one of the works we've been doing to that effect is this giant book, the Connecting Narratives book. So this big handmade book was bound for us by the super talented bookbinder Beth Kwan, and it was made specially for the project, and each page within the book contains images that we hope are understandable whether you're a patient, a scientist, an artist, or anyone else. We're aiming to use non-exclusive imagery that anyone could understand, and these words and images are parts of the stories of each participant, whether they're a scientist or a patient or a friend or family member. And with these images is some handwriting, and it's really important to me that this handwriting looks like it could be anybody's handwriting, basically. I don't want it to look like it's really carefully calligraphed or, like it's the work of an artist, because I don't own these stories. They're not mine, they're the stories of the participants, so I want the handwriting to look like any of the participants could have made it. So I would like to use handwriting that, if I gave any of the people participating in this project the height and width and the spacing and details about it, that they could reproduce this handwriting. So the way I've done that is just to try and condense small sentences out of each person's story, and then the writing's all centered and monospaced, so literally just measure it out, sketch it in pencil without using cursive or joined up handwriting. And draw it onto the page in colour pencil or pen or whatever I'm using on that particular page. And when I use this kind of handwriting in other projects, like the Transitional Objects project that I did a couple of years ago, I deliberately made mistakes in the handwriting or had backwards letters or things misspelt, and I didn't want to do that on this project because I didn't want to make the patient stories less understandable. So I've tried to kind of make everything as clear and legible and comprehensible as possible. And one of the other things I do in my drawing practice is to leave parts of drawings unfinished, because I don't really want my drawings to have a kind of sense of mystery about how they're made. I want people to be able to see them and understand how they were produced. So I quite often leave parts of drawings unfinished, and I didn't want to do this here either. I didn't want to affect the patient's stories, so I just wanted to find other ways to address that. So we've tried not to rub out all the guidelines after the pictures are finished, and one of the other things we're doing is exhibiting the book while it's being made, so that people can see how it's being made. They can see actually the pages coming together. So this book will be finished in August 2016, and it will be coming to exhibitions and workshops along the way, and I'll be drawing live in it so that anyone can come and see it, and the patients and the scientists can come and see it too, and actually see how it's made and understand it in that way as well, because I don't want it to seem like art is some super special thing that only certain people can do. I want it to be understandable as something that's for everyone, really.